I often feel when I'm dehydrated in my vulva. And I swear, it's probably true. Dehydrated in my vulva. What is your vulva actually trying to tell you? Welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I'm very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Pelvic Power Podcast. This is part 2 of the 26 things that you can do for your pelvis, your body, your being in 2026. So I didn't plan on cutting it into 2 parts. It just ended up being that way because otherwise it's going to be a long episode, and it's going to be 2 parts. So I'm recording this straight after the first part. If you're watching me on YouTube, I'm still in the same outfit. I'm just letting you know right now. This is part 2 of this little list. So we're heading straight into it, or we're jumping straight into it. We're at number 14. So at the end of part 1, I was talking about making a bingo card for the next 3 months with the vibe. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the vibe of what you want. So this is something that I do at the beginning of every month. Number 14, make a vision board of the vibes. So we often make vision boards of things that we want to accomplish, or things that we want, how much money we want to make, how much we want to work out, whatever that may be for you. But the vibe. Okay, so the vibe of what you want. How do you want to feel? What kind of energy do you want to see in the month? So yeah, this one's a little bit, it's not as easy as the rest of the ones that I've mentioned, but how the vibe, when you think about the vibe, make a vision board. It can be for the year if you want to, or it can just be for a month like I do. Every first of the month, I sit down, okay, what's the vibe of this month? What do I want? Like my December one, let me pull it up right now. My December one, it's very penny, it's very pink, it's very sparkling. So I have it in 4 different categories: career, create, health, and love. And I put little quotes on it, or angel numbers, or a woman walking into the ocean with a moon that's kind of shining like a sun on top, or someone wearing pink clothes with a pink umbrella, or you deserve to rest, or hello 911, I'm on fire, and it's a picture of Paris Hilton with a glittery phone. And this was my December vibe. Or like a little bath. Of course, there's a little bath in there. Cute little bathy vibes. What kind of vibe do you want for the month? Like, this is a magical time. I was talking to my friend yesterday. She called me. So again, I was talking about this in the part 1. She texted me. I didn't answer because I was like, I'm going to have a bath and then I'm going to meditate. La, la, la. And then after my bath, she called me and she's like, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, I just had a bath. And she's like, do you want to go down? We live right next to a restaurant. And she's like, do you want to go down and have some food? I'm like, yeah, I actually do. And I'm starting to look at like the universe giving me little breadcrumbs of what I should do. So yesterday I was just feeling really stuck in myself, really stuck in my being, a little bit lost. I'm missing my family a lot right now. I'm a little bit sad. So I'm like, yeah, I want to come downstairs. We grab a little drink, and we have a little spinach dip because it's our favorite, and then we just talk about life. So she called me, I picked up, I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I was saying to her, I was like, usually I feel like the magic of this time, but I don't really feel it right now. And I think it's because I'm feeling a little bit sad. And as I woke up today, it's in between Christmas and New Year's. There's a bunch of things that I need to do to wrap up the year. And I think I'm putting so much pressure on myself that the magic has a hard time coming through. And this is my birth week right now. So this is recorded at the end of December. It's my birth week. This time is magical. So now I'm gonna try and release some of that pressure I'm putting on top of myself and lean into the magic of the new year. So think about going back to what we're talking about. What are the vibes for this month, for the coming year, that you want to see within your life? So that you wake up when you see this, maybe it's on your phone. That's where mine is. If you need a Canva template, I will let you know, or you will let me know. I will send you the template. But what kind of vibes do you want to see right now? What's the energy? What's the oomph? What makes you feel cozy and things like that? So number 15, sit 2 minutes in stillness. This one is challenging. It can be really challenging. Do you often just find yourself sitting in stillness and then pay attention to how that makes you feel? Like complete stillness. Maybe you're just lying on your bed for 2 minutes, set your alarm for 2 minutes, just lying in stillness. How does that make you feel? Does it feel comfortable and safe? Does it feel like aligned? Do you feel, like you can stay there? Or do you feel a little bit of discomfort or agitation? What are you noticing within yourself if you take 2 minutes of stillness right now? You can press pause, come back in 2 minutes. See how that makes you feel. Number 16. I posted this one on my TikTok yesterday. If you live with lichen sclerosis and you're in the space, you probably do. What is your vulva trying to tell you? What is your vulva actually trying to tell you? And I got some really, really fun responses. One was said, it's parasites. That was it. Period. It's parasites. Period. Okay. And another one was like, my vulva hates me. That one made me laugh, and I probably shouldn't be laughing, but I can just really feel that. But the reason why I'm saying this, why I'm asking the community, how can you go a bit deeper than that? So yeah, my vulva hates me. Why? Why does your vulva hate you? What is it asking for? What is it trying to tell you? Sometimes when I feel like my Ellis is just on fire. Okay, what do you need right now? Okay, you need me to slow down. I'm a little bit too stressed. I need to slow down. Maybe I should take a bath. Maybe I need to drink some more water. I often feel when I'm dehydrated in my vulva. And I swear, it's probably true. Dehydrated in my vulva. What is your vulva actually trying to tell you? And that might sound stupid to you, and maybe it doesn't resonate with you, but I invite you to ask yourself, okay, what is my body actually trying to tell me right now? If you start to tune in, maybe you lie in stillness for 2 minutes and you check in with yourself, what is my vulva actually trying to tell me right now? What is the first thing that pops up into your head? Maybe it is breaking up with your partner. Ooh, who said that? Who said that? I don't know. I didn't. All jokes aside, how can you learn more about your body by actually tuning into what your body needs? Was that a little bit harsh? Maybe. Number 17, say out loud what you're actually feeling. Sometimes I think that we're just walking around with all these feelings within us and we don't know how to make it go away. Say out loud what you're feeling. Talk to yourself, talk to a friend. When I was feeling off yesterday, I saw my friend down at the restaurant and I just, spewed it all out. What am I feeling? And it actually made me feel a lot better. And that's usually the case. Say things out loud to yourself. Okay, I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling depleted. What are you actually feeling? Say it out loud. Do not bottle it up. Let it come out so it doesn't get stuck in your body or in your being. Number 18, as you're listening to this right now, maybe you're driving, maybe you're out for a walk, maybe you are sitting in your living room. Name anything that's pink in the space that you're in. It doesn't have to be pink. If you're outside, that might be a little bit tricky, but have a look around you. Can you see anything that's pink right now? If you're watching my YouTube, you definitely can. Name anything that's pink. Right now, you are regulating your nervous system. You're grounding yourself by looking around in the space that you're in. Name anything that's purple. Name anything that's red. Name anything that's sparkling. Name anything that stands out to you What are you noticing in your space? I feel like so often we just walk through life and we don't actually experience life. Just have a look around. What stands out to you? Like I decorated this place, and sometimes when I'm teaching a class and I invite my students to notice the space around them, I'm just like, how long has that been there? What is that? So just pay some attention, use that to regulate yourself, name things in your environment. Number 19, give yourself a hug. Or you can wrap a scarf around you and you're holding that scarf tightly. Give yourself a big hug. You can also slightly tuck the chin and just like kind of round through the back and see if you can breathe into the back body. Diaphragmatic breaths. So when we're taking diaphragmatic breaths, we're breathing. Your diaphragm is expanding or wants to expand to the front, to the sides, but also to the back body. And the back body can be a little bit challenging to connect with. So that's a really great way, just giving yourself a big hug. Think that you're breathing in to the backside of your heart. So you're breathing into your heart. And notice how that feels. Notice if there's anything that might feel stuck over there in that part of your body. And just let yourself land in your breath for a little bit. Let yourself hold yourself in what you're going through right now and what you're feeling. At the same time, you can also say out loud what you're feeling. See, I'm connecting everything together here. I love it. Number 20, place your hands on your belly and relax your belly. See if you can breathe into your belly here as well. Instead of just pushing the belly out with the breath, you're really filling up the rib cage. You're inviting the breath into the belly. How often out of habit are you sucking your belly in? Is there any way that you can just let it go? And I say just, and I make it sound so easy, but it can be really challenging. But how often are you actually sucking your belly in? When you're standing, when you're sitting, when you're doing a yoga pose, especially if you're practicing pelvic floor yoga because you want to ease your pelvic tension, your pelvic pain. Sucking your belly in is going to make it a lot harder for you. You want to let that go. Relax your beautiful belly. And if you want to learn more, come join the Pelvic Health Yoga membership. 21, unclench your jaw. So there are a couple of things in your body that is a part of your stress response. So when you're stressed, a couple parts of your body start to clench. One of them being your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, your pelvic floor. It could be your hands. It can be many body parts, but your jaw is one of the first things when you're feeling stressed. So unclench your jaw. You can do a little bit of a massage here, letting it go. You can pair it with some breathing. How can you invite in more softness into that part of your body? You can do this one, number 22, when you are either standing, seated, driving. You can do this one, pelvic tilts. So you're sitting on both sits bones. Now we're adjusting our posture here. If we take it back to number 2 from the previous part 1, you're sitting on both sits bones, and as you're inhaling, you're shifting the weight forward towards the front of your pelvis, and as you're exhaling, you're shifting the weight back towards the back of the pelvis. So you're tucking your tailbone under. You're finding an inhale, pelvis forward, exhale, pelvis back. And this movement can be bigger or smaller. It doesn't have to be really big. It can be really, really, really small. But see if you can actually connect it with the breath. And notice your pelvis through neutral and then anterior pelvic tilt, which you're doing with the inhale, to posterior pelvic tilt, which you're doing with the exhale. What are you noticing? And when it comes to your entire pelvis, check in with the hips, check in with the pelvic floor. What are you noticing around the tailbone, the sacrum, the front of your pelvis? What are you noticing through your belly, your low back? What are you actually feeling as you're starting to invite in some movement? And maybe just the movement feels a little bit stuck. Maybe it feels a little bit stagnant. It's called the Pelvic Power Podcast. I feel like there's a lot of power within our pelvis. And sometimes it's just a little bit dormant. And sometimes we have to work with it to get it out there. Number 23, relax your glutes. That's also another one. How often are you just clenching your glutes when you're chopping up your vegetables? Relax your glutes, relax your glutes. It's important. So relax your glutes, relax your belly, relax your jaw. Is there any other body part that you feel like you can relax right now? And then, as I said in part 1, I didn't add that many yogic things, like, yogic things, they're all yogic things, but I mean, I talk about yoga poses. So we've had table rocks, we've had the pelvic tilts. Now we're coming into 2 more actual poses that you can do. One of them being a side stretch. So this is something that you can do in your car before you're driving away, or as you're stopping in the car, you have your little pause, and then you're doing a couple side stretches. Just notice from side to side, how does it feel to lengthen that side of the body? Can you stretch through it? Can you breathe into the side that you're stretching? How does it feel to take those diaphragmatic breaths into the right side compared to the left? Is it feeling stuck anywhere, constricted? Move around a little bit, open up the energy through your body. The other one is a side twist, which is the same thing. You're just sitting, you're twisting. See if you can sit on both sit bones for this one. So you're twisting one way, twisting the other. And you can either just pair it with the breath. So you're inhaling center, exhale, twist, inhale, center, exhale, twist. Same thing with the side stretch. You're inhaling center, exhale, side stretch. Or you can hold it. You can do both. You can do connect it with the breath and then hold it. Because sometimes too, connecting with the breath can be really challenging, but if we pair it with movement and then hold it in stillness, staying with the breath, that can be a little bit easier. So noticing the twist from side to side. How's the rotation on one side compared to the other? Does it feel the same? Does it feel different? More or less stuck? How's the breath through that rotation? Working this part of your body is really important for your pelvic health. So we want movement through the rib cage, through the twisting. Everything is connected. But also when it comes to your breath, how are you moving? And if one side is feeling stuck, then that's going to impact your pelvic health as well. And now we've come to number 26. Drop your pelvic floor. And this might be a little bit challenging too. So if you're sitting right now, if you're standing right now, pay attention to, are you holding through the pelvic floor? And maybe you don't even notice. This is why we're in this space. We're working on it. We're working on you getting to notice. But are you actually clenching through the pelvic floor? Can you drop the pelvic floor? That's the same when you're inserting tampons or menstrual cups or wherever you may use. Are you clenching through the pelvic floor? Is there any way that you can drop it? And you're like, yeah, but Penny, this is the issue that I have. How the fuck am I going to know how to drop it? This is why we practice pelvic floor yoga. I swear, coming to a pelvic floor yoga class, trying to put in a menstrual cup before you do pelvic floor yoga compared to after you've done pelvic floor yoga, you can actually feel the difference. Like, it's a huge fucking difference in your pelvic floor. Like, I am just blown away by the difference one class can do. But then when you think about it in the long run, when you keep practicing, how much more connected you become with your pelvic floor and with your body, with your breath, with your being. With just one class, you can try it out for yourself. Practice with your dilators before pelvic floor yoga. Then you do pelvic floor yoga class. Without the intention being like, oh, pressure, I need to do this so I can get my dilators in there. No, just investigate. And then do your dilator work after you practice pelvic floor yoga. Can you notice a difference? I would love to hear what you are noticing in your body. Like when I'm using my menstrual cup, so I live with overactive pelvic floor dysfunction. Like this is why I do what I do. But when I am using my menstrual cup, when I put it in after a pelvic floor yoga class, holy motherfucking shit. It's such a huge difference. It just slides right in there. It just slides right in there. I can tell the difference in my pelvic floor muscles so much when I'm practicing. So really start to pay attention. Can you drop your pelvic floor? If you live with chronic stress, chronic conditions, endometriosis, lichen sclerosis, your pelvic floor is going to want to clench, hold on, tight it up a little bit. But is there any way that you can let it go? And if you can't, start practicing the things that I've given you today. Go download the pelvic relief bingo card, because there are poses in there that you can practice as well. There's so many tools and tricks that I give you that you can use, and they're at your disposal for free. Use them. Get to know your body. Get to know yourself better. I'm here to help you. But I can only do so much. If I could, this is me holding your hand, virtually holding your hand. I'm here holding your hand, but somewhere along the way, you are the only one that can put in the work. And I've said this before, you're already doing the work right now because you found this podcast. You're already doing the work because you went on Instagram and you Googled lichen sclerosis. You Google on Instagram, searched lichen sclerosis or yoga for pelvic tension or endometriosis support, whatever you might have searched for. And here we are in the space. You're already doing the work. It's just a little bit at a time. So maybe you feel like, oh, this podcast is enough for me right now. The pelvic relief bingo part, it feels like a little bit too heavy. That's totally fine. When you're ready, we do monthly pelvic relief bingo cards. You just come and grab it. There are ways that you can support your pelvis in there as well. Start to make it into a journey. How can I support myself? Again, if you live with chronic conditions, this is an ongoing process. This is an ongoing thing that we have to do. Again, I live with overactive pelvic floor dysfunction because I live with lichen sclerosis. I have my lichen sclerosis, and that is impacting my pelvic floor. That's just the end of the story. But I know how to support my pelvic floor so that I can live with less pain. My pelvic floor tension is completely different. My pelvic floor pain is completely different compared to my lichen sclerosis pain. And I know which one's what, how I can support myself. And this is what I want for you too. I want you to get to know your body, yourself better, so that you can live with less pain, so that you can live with more ease, so that you can make life a little bit more magical. If anything came up for you throughout these two parts, I would love to hear about it. Feel free to share with me. You can send me a DM, you can send me an email. You know where to find me. And if you feel called to, feel free to leave a little review and a little star for me. It would really help the podcast grow, to help reach more people so that they can feel more supported as well. You can do that on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, and you can also subscribe and follow the podcast on any of those apps and also on YouTube. Remember that it's a new year right now, and I feel like maybe it should be the year of less pressure, more ease, but also more fun. Fun is also healing. Joy is also healing. How can you make it more fun? I was thinking about that yesterday because I was playing cards with my friends, and the past week I've laughed so much because I actually spent time with other people. Like, I spend a lot of time by myself and I love my own company, but just like laughing so hard that it hurts. It's the best feeling, and that is so healing. It is so healing. So how can you create more joy, more fun in your life? Ease a little bit of the pressure and make 2026 more joyous, more investigative, more supportive for you. Remember that you are absolutely fantastic. You are fabulous. You're gorgeous. Your vulva is beautiful, and you're a goddess. And I will see you again next week. Happy New Year.